You're live.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Avatar Electra, and I am here to deal with some issues that I have been going through in the United States and now in Canada. Well, I went to the airport. Actually, I used to live in Trinidad, and when I went to visit, well, not really visit, but I don't know, princess, I'm not. I lived in Trinidad for many years, and living in Trinidad was just beautiful. I enjoyed my life there, and I came to the United States, went to see my aunt Sylvia, and before I went there, I went to the place where you get transportation to come to Canada if I wanted to. And since I wanted to come to Canada, I blocked again. Okay, my one of my little brothers came with me, and he went over and was speaking to the person that was in charge of, listening to what he had to say. And he told her that blocked, blocked. He told her that his little baby sister, um, he brought her to because she was apparently molested, which is something that he told her. And the person that he said did that was who did that was someone in the family. However, Nancy Pelosi told my little brother to say that that I'm the one who molested my little sister. But I really didn't molest my little sister. I'm not the type of person that lived that way and would not do that to myself or even to my kids. But she managed to tell him that, and after he left, went back home to Trinidad, and I came to the United States. And when I got there, Nancy Pelosi was someone who seemed to know about what happens in the United States. So she was speaking to someone after for a year or so living in Canada, in the United States, and she told the people that I'm a lesbian. And when I went to get when I went with my little brother, she told my little brother that I molested my baby sister. I just let her say what she wanted to say, even though it was not true. But after a period of time, when I came to the United States, and they were speaking about different things, Nancy Pelosi told some females that I am a rapist. I raped my baby sister. They also said that I'm a lesbian, which I was never interested in sleeping around with females. The only person I had in my life is a male, and that's my husband. And I did not understand why they would be treating me in such a manner because I really wasn't doing any of those things that they were saying. And when I came to Canada, she told the Canadian government people that I am a lesbian and that I molest baby children. And never did. And those same children they're talking about is my baby sister. And I'm not that kind of person. I've looked after my baby sister and my little brothers when they were small, but I never was that type of person to do that. However, when I came, as I said, to Canada, she shouted to the public in Canada to, I can't remember, to persecute me, maybe, something like that, and said that I was a lesbian. And I don't mind. They can call me whatever they want. I haven't done any of the things that they were trying to say that I did. And sooner or later, people will realize that because it never really happened. So I was leaving the United States to come to Canada. And when I was running, Nancy Pelosi ran out and said, "Yeah, run fast. You're a rapist. You molest your baby sister." You know, things are thrown on people. And many times the things that are being thrown are not real, not true.
And that's not true.
No, it's not true at all. Never have been. So when I came to Canada and hearing and telling the Canadian government to kill me, I was wondering, well, why would I be killed? I haven't done anything to anyone. So I just continued running and left her alone. Anyway, I managed to end up in Canada, and I don't know how I got there, but somehow I managed to get there and found myself a place, and managed to stay in there and got married and to my husband, and we were having a good time. And when he heard what they said about me, he knew it wasn't true. So I didn't have to sit back and feel bad for something I did not do. She even went out to the bus stop when we went to get a bus to go out and telling the people that I was a lesbian, or not a lesbian, that I raped my baby sister. I just left it at that. Didn't bother because I know I did not do those things. But if they want to say that, then what can I do? I could only just listen. When people want to know, they'll have to ask those questions, and I could answer them definitely. If they want to take a lie detector test, I'd be happy to give them one. But I stayed in Canada for a long time, and I ended up getting married to my husband, and we had two children, a boy and a girl. I think they were born in the United States. Weren't you?
I was born in Canada.
You were born in Canada?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe I forgot it. All of these things are different in my mind now. So realizing I had this beautiful little baby girl, and that I had a lovely, handsome little son. And while I was in the United States, as far as I remember, my son went to school, came back, and somebody in the United States started saying that my son, something was wrong with him, and they put him in jail for no reason. He did not do anything. Then they also took myself and my husband, put us in jail. For what? Nothing. We have been treated as if we were, because of the color of our skins, that we were bad people who were doing wrong things. I couldn't do wrong things to anybody, especially babies. I love them too much, and also too, even if I didn't love them, I couldn't do that to a child. It's not right. It's the wrong thing to harm other people, especially babies, and they don't know what you're doing to them. So I wouldn't be a part of that, even though Nancy Pelosi kept telling people on the air that I'm a lesbian. Well, they can see as a lesbian, I don't do anything to my children. I don't harm my family. I don't go playing games. But I want you to know as a public, because a lot of people are being accused of things like this, and you may not realize that they're not doing anything of the sort, like I didn't. And yet here I was being treated in such a manner. My baby girl, we had her in Canada, and she said, I believe she was born in Trinidad, like the United States, like like my son was born. And that's when he went to school, and that's where he went to school, and that's where they were taking him and putting him in jail. For what? Because he's speaking to some Caucasian kids who were in school with him, and they came outside and they were having fun talking and so on. He was taken and put in the jail. We had to go and get him out. He didn't do a thing. I know that. They were properly brought up. Nancy Pelosi told these people to rape my children. I can't remember now. Let's stop with what happened to you all. What they was telling me to. My head is in a lot of trouble because I cannot remember everything. I can only remember that it happened, but the details are not there totally. But lie detector tests can be taken, and one can find out the truth about if that person was really doing stuff alone, that stuff or not. Anyway, I went and I was taking a bus, and as I took the bus, I was being treated as if I was a bad girl doing wrong things, and so I was being laughed at and ridiculed. But I felt like if they want to laugh and ridicule, that's up to them. I haven't done anything. They're just making themselves idiots because they're literally ridiculing someone who's done nothing to anyone. And my mother brought me up very well as my aunt Sylvia, who didn't bring me up, but they were fabulous people, and they were not that type of people that would do those bad things either. And they had babies there, and I never harmed them, never did anything to them. And to see that Nancy Pelosi would go out of her way to try to tell people that I'm a lesbian and I do this and I do that I never did. Anybody want to take, as I said, my hands and check to see if I'm lying or not, then they can. But I don't remember everything. I just didn't do all of that. And my little brothers I haven't seen since. But I think I'd like them to come here because they'll be able to speak the truth about what happened, what didn't happen. I don't know where they are now. I know that I'm in Canada and I love my family. I'm just not having a good time with one of them. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't want to let people go and abuse you in such a manner and treat you like you did some bad things to other people. Only you didn't do it, and the person who decides that you did is lying and cheating and looking for ways to hurt you. We're living in a world where people are being unfairly cheated, lied on, mistreated. It's not the right thing to do, ladies and gentlemen. We need to speak the truth. When we do something that is wrong, we should be able to admit it. If we did not do it, then we shouldn't say that we did something that we did not do. I have a beautiful daughter who was raped for no reason. Not something I would ever do to anybody. I did not think they would have done this to our daughter, and I didn't even know where she was for that to be happening. But when I did get in contact with her, she told us what was done to her, and that someone else decided that we're going to do the same to her. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not the way to live. You don't harm people for whatever lies the others are telling you. And then Donald Trump was raping, doing damage. Maybe because children are not being trained as children, that other people as they grow up are doing these bad things. If they're trained by their families, they won't have to worry. No children would be raping another. No children would be doing the wrong things if they're trained properly by their parents. That's what I did. I trained my kids. I trained my father's children when he went and left my mom and married a Caucasian lady, and they had kids. The name was Mrs. Bush. She wasn't a bad person, but the way he treated my mother and went to this lady to live with, he mistreated my mother for whatever he decided he should mistreat her for. My mother was not a bad lady and never did wrong things to anybody or even us as children. We were brought up very well by my mom. If my father didn't leave us, we would have been much better, I believe, because we would have mom and dad at both sides and protecting her children. But my father is prejudiced. He wants to go with Caucasian European people, which is nothing wrong with, but don't go marrying a woman of a different nationality and then hopping to the next one. I think this is happening because of my father's treatment towards my mother. She would not be a part of a lot of different things that he wanted her to do. And so she got beaten. My mother now died with my father and a few others from the family. This is the kind of stuff that people create when they lie. They abuse and terrorize human beings that didn't do anything wrong. And many people believe what they're hearing. Ladies and gentlemen, please do yourselves a favor. Train your kids. Treat other people with respect and dignity. And in doing so, you'll find better people that you could consider family, even if they weren't married to you or you weren't married to any of them. They're still your family because they're the human families that can be brought up to behave responsibly once we treat them with respect and dignity. That's what my kids got as they grew up. And my little sister, with my stepmother, I saw to it that she was looked after, but I could not stay there long. Oh no, I forgot I had to leave. I had to leave there because I wanted to travel to the United States. And so I left there, and Mrs. Bush had her daughter. She wanted me to be the stepmother, the godmother. That's where it started. And I told her, okay, but she went to christen the baby, and I did not know where she was. So what I did was say goodbye to my little brothers and sisters that was born to Mrs. Bush and my father. And I that's when I went back to my mom's, got my things together and left from there to come to the United States. And that's where Nancy Pelosi was trying to persuade my little brother to see that I molested my little baby sister. I never got a chance to touch her or lift her up. And I wanted to see her badly. But I left because Mrs. Bush had the baby, and I had to go quickly and see my mother and then hurry up and get to the airport and try to leave there to come to Canada, to the United States. And then I did, was like, when I came to the United States, I felt really refreshed and everything. And I was glad to come there. But to hear Nancy Pelosi saying that I did something to my little baby sister, I did not even touch her. I did not even get a chance, even though Mrs. Bush wanted me to look after the baby because she knew that the child was safe with me. So my little brother.
All children are safe with you.
Yes, yeah. I don't harm people. I love children, especially, and until someone harm me, I'm ready to tell them what I think of what they do. So I came to Canada, and even though they locked up my husband and I in the jail and asked them what we did, nothing. America is prejudiced against people of color. America has been mistreating people like us, and though we did nothing, we were getting mistreatment from America. That's why they put us in jail, because we are African people. In other words, we should be put in jail according to them. Well, I'll tell you this: no one should be treated in such a manner. Children are supposed to be brought up properly by their parents until they're ready to go to the school system. Until they're trained properly, they should not be put out there for people to abuse and terrorize, persecute, rape, and do damage to them. Right now, my little sister is now an adult, and when I see her, I will have to alert her that I never did anything like that to her. And I'll explain to her why that did not happen, but also too, it wasn't going to happen even if I had the baby. I've looked after babies in the past. I've never done anything to anyone's baby, and they knew that. So it's time for Nancy Pelosi to stop lying and speak the truth about who really has been doing this kind of stuff. Nancy, I'm disappointed in you. You killed out my family. You owe my family in the billions because you killed out quite a lot of them. And you told Trump and Trudeau to do that. I haven't been able to see my family since. I heard they were dead. I still have some of them still alive, at least one or so, and I have to go and see her. That's my Aunt Sylvia. And I love her very much. And I've stayed by her. And we had her son there, Michael, and I was there. And I had no problems trying to talk to them or doing anything wrong to anyone. I think a lot of wrongs have been told because of our complexion. The fact that we're African people, we are looked down at and mistreated. Not as much as we had before now. Before I went through that, but now in the present, this kind of thing hasn't happened, except that now they're using Donald J. Trump. He did damage to us. What did he do to you?
I don't remember.
Okay, she doesn't remember. But we were all mistreated terribly. I'm trying to track down my Aunt Sylvia so that I can speak to her. And I love her very much as my mother's sister. And I would like to see, and you know something, Michael was there, but he was old enough anyway. They couldn't say I was going to rape him because I don't rape people. And my daughter is well trained. My son is well trained. They don't go doing damage to people, but they were being accused and abused for things that they did not do. And the reason that this was being done, I believe, is because of Nancy Pelosi and her lies. I want my life back, and I want my children to get their lives back. And America should not be prejudiced against human beings of color or any nationality. They're all special beings. If they're having problems, they just need a little training. Help them. Show them when they're doing something wrong and how they can do better. And you'll find those people behaving responsibly. But many people are not because of what is being done to them and the things that they're being called from a distance. Beautiful people being forced upon for other people to see them as bad people. I have a daughter, she's not bad, she's a beautiful being. And anybody dare say something like that about her, I know they're lying, because that's not how she was brought up and that's not how she behaves. They took Nancy Pelosi sent Trump to attack my body. He attacked every bone in my body. I've been suffering for years because of it. He didn't only stop there. He pulled up my kneecaps, and I was screaming when he did it. He didn't care. Then he started attacking me on the ankles, somewhere else. Can't remember. But he was into torture. So he wanted to torture me and my family. I made sure he wasn't close to my daughter, but since they got older, apparently he was able to come in here and attack my child. She did not do anything to anyone. She's not the type of person that would look to create problems even if you do her damage. She's the kind of person that was so well brought up that she wouldn't harm anyone. Even children she cared about wouldn't hurt. That's what happens when you train your children properly. You show them that you love them in the right way, and you protect them. That's all we ever do. We've been taken advantage of by the people in the United States, by some people in Canada. We did not have to do anything to be treated that way. They just planted their ignorance, and after they heard from Nancy Pelosi or others that I raped my baby sister, which never happened, they will have to deal with it. I would like to be given a test, what do you call it again? Lie detector test, because it's important for people to know that that's not me. I want it personally because I want to know why Nancy Pelosi did that to me, why she lied, why she told my little baby brothers things that were not true. Well, my baby brother didn't want to say anything to me. He just went away with the information that she gave him, and apparently was telling the rest of my little brothers on my stepmother's side things that didn't even happen. I want this society to know the truth. I want the world to know that because someone says that another person raped someone does not mean that it is true. The idea is to investigate, find out the truth, and speak out on behalf of the truth. Make sure other people are protected, and don't turn everybody into criminals without them having done anything wrong. Many people are being disgraced in such a manner, even if they did not do anything. Now, Donald Trump is now coming around, following me wherever I go and attacking me in the womb and in the rectum. He's attacking my eyes, attacking my knees, attacking my toes, under my feet, attacking the bone on my butt on the left side. And he did the right side before that too, and you won't believe the hell I went through. It was extreme pain. I didn't know anybody can handle that the way I did, because if it were not for that, I don't know what I would have done. Maybe just jump in front of a car. See, human beings are very, very delicate. They care about people. And once they're trained and they're behaving well, don't start accusing them of things they didn't do. There are children who are doing that, true, but not everybody. Not as long as your family are training you. When children are properly trained, as I said before, over and over again, what you will see is the quality of the children. And when people come out to lie and go along with what Nancy Pelosi is telling them, that I raped this and I did that, not true. I want my life back. I want to go and see my aunt. I want my daughter out of here because of what has been done to her by Donald J. Trump, using the technology Nancy Pelosi gave him so that she can blow up my daughter's legs, pull up her butt, attack her breasts. She didn't do anything for that. She did nothing to anyone. She's just an innocent young lady who cares about people too, not to hurt them. Meanwhile, we are being unfairly treated. We have no rights, we can't get jobs. And if we do get a job, it's something that you could hardly get money for. I haven't been working for quite a while because of the treatment I've been receiving. I'm asking the United States government to please start doing something about this kind of stuff that is being done to women and sometimes little boys or men. Not everybody is going and raping because some people are bad enough to behave that way. Learn to love, learn to respect. And Nancy Pelosi, I'm disappointed you could be so evil. You made those lied remarks on me. You treated my family like we were lesbians. We never slept with a woman in our lives. And we're not interested in sleeping with women. We are women. And who we want in our lives are good quality men. One man, not 5 and 6 and whatever. I'm not interested in hopping to too many people. I just want to be married to one person, and I am already married to one person. I do not like the mistreatment that one receives with lies that are being told by others. Please stop telling lies, Nancy Pelosi. I know you don't like me, but your reason for not liking me is not that I did something wrong. It's more like you wanted to lie on me because I was looking too good. This is what your son did. Cut off all my hair. Look, pieces. Little pieces all over. This is the shortest I have and the least hair my hair has ever had. And our daughter, same thing was done to her hair. She has a right to have her life back. She has a right to have her body fit back. You all need to take Trump and put him where he belongs, in jail. He's the demon that has done rape to my daughter. He's the demon that has pulled other people to do it to her too. We want the Canadian government and the United States government to stop this evil and stop blaming people for things that Nancy Pelosi and other ignorant people have told you, because it's not true. And for what you have done by lying and mistreating us, we need the money you owe us for the hell that you've put us through, especially Donald J. Trump. Pay the money and to take your whatever, what do they call it? To find out if you're lying or not? Lie detector test. Take your lie detector tests. We are ready for you to take it. We need our money. Nancy Pelosi will need to pay the money that she owes. And where she killed out my family when my family came to see their newborn baby alive. My mom was blocked from everything. She wasn't able to see her granddaughter or her grandson because they started putting us in jail, trying to kill us, setting us up with lies, telling people things that weren't true. We want our lives back. We're not interested in whatever you are saying. We're interested in our money. From what was done to us, we could not get jobs. Couldn't even find a job myself because all of that was spilled out. Maybe not to everybody, but every time I went to get a job, I was scared because of what they would be saying or doing. And I've been called out in different places too, even in the media. Not in that way, but things that some people are telling them that are not true. Is that how you treat people in this world? You don't give them the right to find out if it's the truth or not. Instead, you choose to destroy them, lie on them, treat them like they're garbage. Well, me and my family are not garbage. This is what they did to my hair. See? Mm. Cut it all off. This was down to my waist as well as our daughter's when she was growing up as a baby. She was a baby with her hair growing down to her waist. And I was an adult that was now finding my hair growing back to the waist. I was surprised that that was happening. I did not expect that. But I was glad to have my hair until Trump was told by Nancy Pelosi to destroy our lives because she really believed that I did something wrong when she made it up herself. She's living on a lying tone. She's not living on the truth. And she needs to take responsibility for what she has done and pay every cent that she owes us because we did nothing. She molested our rights to speak out. She molested our rights to be listened to find out if it was true or not. And please forgive me for not being a good speaker because my speaking ability is having problems because of what has been done. So many different things that has been done to me. Lies being told. That I have lost my right because Donald J. Trump took a technology and wiped out my memory and started adding what he think he should add there to drive me crazy. Only it's not going to happen. I am asking you, the United States government and the Canadian government, to stop persecuting human beings when you don't even know the truth and you're listening to lies that are being told. There are many people out there that are being harmed and they are wounded from within. I am wounded from within. Like what they did to my hair. Chop it up. Yep. Call me a name and yeah, you can do whatever you want to me. Yeah? Look at this. I've been working hard to get this hair to grow. It was bald right here and bald right here. And because I've been using a brush and brushing it back practically every day, some of it is growing back. I want you to see how short my hair is now. This is what Nancy Pelosi wanted to do, have done to me. My hair was way down to the back, as I said. And so was my daughter's. Our son, I don't know how long his hair is. Do you know?
I think it's short now.
Oh, I see. So he cut it short. Yeah. Now, I want to be able to see my son. I haven't been able to see them because of the same set of lies that are being told. I haven't been able to do anything because of the lies that are being told. Do yourself a favor. When people are telling you things, look for the truth. Don't take the lies and believe it. Take the truth and let it be received so that you could understand what the truth really is. So instead of people being harmed, they can be protected. This is the hair. Not long, very short and very thin. After they finished cut off my hair, they started chipping off. Every now and then he comes while I'm sleeping and I don't even know it. And he's chipping all the hair out of my head. So this is what I have for hair. See it? I wish you all the best. And please train your kids. School system is not more important than the training that the children gets and how they can protect themselves through that type of training. The school system is being run by men. They're using children and adults and keeping them busy working without having these people look after their families. They're putting that more important than the families being looked after and trained properly. This is why people are killing. This is why many people are doing all kinds of evil. We weren't trained to do that. We were trained to love, respect, because all beings are our family, including the twisted ones. They just needed help. Donald Trump has done enough evil to me and my family. with the help of Nancy Pelosi, who gave him the technology. Thank you for listening to me, and I wish you all the best. Good luck on your journey, and tell Donald Trump if he ever used that technology to continue doing this to my daughter, I'm going to make sure that those who needs to be involved, the police doesn't seem to help us. Those who are involved, like the government, will have to deal with what they're allowing to take place. They will have to give the mothers and fathers back their right and time to be able to train their children, and not allow school systems that are not trained enough to care about their children to now train kids who they don't care about and will mistreat. This is what is going on in your society. I love all of you, and I would never harm you. But you need to start protecting the children. When they're trained, they'll be okay, like my daughter and my son. I don't have to worry about them. All I have to do is make sure they're safe. And I don't want anybody harming them like Nancy Pelosi and Donald Trump is set up to do to our family. And Nancy Pelosi, I have this to say to you. You're a disgrace to the human race. If you weren't a disgrace, you would not be doing the kind of evil that you're doing to other people, setting them up to take blame for things they never did. Pay the money you owe, Nancy Pelosi. You've killed out my family. You've robbed me of my rights. You've violated my principles. No, you have to pay the money that you owe for what you have done, the lies you have told that were never really truth. Blessings to you, Nancy, and your family, and good luck on your journey. I wish you all the best. Cut out the problems that you're creating for people and stop trying to rob them of their lives and setting up the United States or Canada to try to kill people for whatever you decide they should be killed for. You are the evil. Because if you were not evil, you would not be lying and saying the things that you did. Those people that you were speaking about that you're saying that I did things to, these people are my family. True, my stepmother, kids. But if my stepmother is spoken to, you will find out my stepmother will tell you that I never did any of such things. Because it's the truth, I never did. I couldn't do that to anyone. Thank you for listening. Blessings to all of you. And as I said, Nancy, you owe $800 billion. Do you know why? You terrorized my body using Trump. You also set up lies that were lies and that was told that should not have been put out there because it wasn't true. How many other people you have sacrificed, Nancy? And when will you stop the tyranny, Nancy? This is what he sent Trump to do. Look, take my teeth out. This is what he did. No teeth in the back. And you know, while I was other places, my daughter was being done that too. They're taking off her teeth in the back. Take out teeth in the front. They rob her of her rights. That's what you did, Nancy. Using Trump, you showed what kind of evil people you are. And I would advise that you pay that money that you owe. You have done it to me in verbal words to the public. You've done it to me by using Trump to attack and abuse me while I'm sleeping, steal whatever I have, and I have so little. My clothes are now 2 pants. That's what you did to me, Nancy. I need my money. You owe me that money, and I need it right away. And President Biden, I'm disappointed that you're a president and you are allowing Nancy Pelosi to do these kind of things to me and to my family. You listened to lies and you believed it. And those lies are what is destroying our life. We can't work. We can't do anything because you took everything away from us. Telling people I'm a lesbian. I've never slept with a woman in my life. I'm not interested in women that way. I love them. They're my sisters. Not to sleep with, but to have fun with. As I said, blessings to you all. I wish you all the best. And Nancy, I would like my money paid immediately. My telephone number is 905 325 0489. Thank you for listening. I'll try next door. Thanks, Princess.
You're welcome.
I didn't do too good a job, but I tried my best. I would have loved to have done it better. But then, how could you do something better when you're being abused and terrorized most of your life in these places?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Should I end the stream?
Yes, thank you.